Hi guys, welcome to my official live, my first live in the year 2023. And to be very honest, you guys, I don't even know how I feel about what is going on in Nigeria right now. Like I I think I should just wait for a couple of minutes for people to join before I get talking. All right, but to be very honest, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know, but let's start with saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you guys. Happy New Year to every single subscriber on my channel. Thank you for, sticking with me, for riding with me in the year 2022 and, crossing over the year with me as well, for watching my videos, for being a part of my community. I am extremely grateful. Honestly, I'm very grateful. I want to apologize for not announcing. Hold on. I'm sorry I didn't announce that I was going to go live. To be honest, this wasn't planned at all. I just, thought of it. I wanted to make a video on this topic, but on the second thought, I decided to just go live because, hold on, because I felt like it's something I want to have a conversation on, not just, just sitting down and creating a video. I guess someone just dropped a message. Please kindly, okay, let me check that. Thank you, Ifoma. Happy New Year to you too. So, like I was saying, I yeah, Ifoma, I was even in Onitsha and I wanted to reach you out, but for some reason I just didn't. I'm sorry about that. But I'll probably be in Onitsha again sometime soon. I would want us to do a collaboration. But that'll be some other time. We'll discuss that later. So yeah, like I was saying, this topic is just something I wanted to sit down and just make a video on it. But see what you're doing. I wanted to make a video on it to be honest, but I felt there is just need to discuss it. I want to discuss with people concerning this because I was in the east. I just got back like 2 days back to Lagos. I was scared all through. To be honest, I don't even know how people travel to the. Of course, Onitsha is very safe. Onitsha was very very safe, but going to the, yeah. Don't worry, I'll let you know when I'll be coming to Onitsha soon again. Because I wasn't settled this Christmas. So we'll just come back again. I want us to do a collaboration as YouTubers. But yeah, like I was saying, the insecurity in the East is something nobody is speaking about. Like nobody is saying what is going on in the East. At least my village for first, that one I'm certain about. My village in Imo State, Akokwa. People were dying. Like at least I saw someone that was shot dead. Someone was shot dead. People were being snatched off their cars. And I don't know why people keep saying these are done by Fulani men or I don't know, Hausa men or I don't know who they think is doing that. But to be honest, these so-called unknown gunmen or unknown men, as they call them, are actually Igbos because they speak Igbo. We could hear them speak Igbo. So it was so clear that they are not just strangers, they're not just perpetrators, they are literally Igbos. So it's more like we are killing ourselves. So why are we calling them unknown gunmen? I think we should just call them brotherly killers. Okay. Where that came from. But to be honest, I didn't believe what I saw in the like. It's not generally in the east, to be honest. It's not generally the east. I don't know why I'm being so honest today, but I'm saying it's not generally the east. I think it's majorly villages. Okay, and they're just targeting people with cars, like people that drive down to the east, and it's just alarming. It's just alarming, and I'm so like I've heard people say, "Oh, a lot is going on in the east," but I didn't know it was that bad. Like My village, I got back for Christmas, and it felt like nobody came back for Christmas. It felt like we came back at all time. And I was wondering why we would have to go through that. Like on the 28th of December, 29th of December, that is the heat of the festive period. The roads were dry, like you could barely see cars. Even the napeps, people were so scared of entering, even bikes. So of course, bike is even more risky because they are easy. It's easier to see you. Why is nobody speaking about this whole thing? Why? Hold on, let me see what's going on. Nobody is even speaking about it, and people claim it's just unknown gunmen. No, we know who they are. Even if we don't know them individually, at least we are certain they are evils. They are evils, and the annoying thing is nobody's even saying anything about it. Good evening, Chika Fave. Thank you for joining. So yeah, like as I was saying, sorry. Nobody is saying anything about it. Like nobody. People just seem to be so calm about it, or I don't know if people are just trying to adjust to it. Like, okay, it's a new normal, so I mean, it's okay to live with that. It's not. It's clearly not okay. Like, how can we not even be? I know Nigeria is insecure generally. Okay, we know about that, but the level of insecurity in the east is alarming. It's so alarming. Like nobody is speaking about it. I traveled to the village and it felt like I was on house arrest. To be honest, I didn't step out of the village until I left the village to Onitsha. Every single ceremony, all those events and all of that that happens during Christmas that people just enjoy. People look forward to attending them when they come to the village. Nobody went. Like I heard some people say, oh, they got there and they didn't see people, or few people were just not. I don't know how to explain it better, but people didn't attend nothing. You will see someone fix marriages, events, traditional weddings, and what have you, and people don't attend because they are scared of being kidnapped. And the painful thing is, it's not just even the elites that are being kidnapped. Once they see you, they are kidnapping you. And when your people are unable to provide the said amount they are asking for, they just slaughter the person. They just slaughter the person. Honestly, oh, I couldn't even go on public transport because my husband refused. And I regretted even going because even inside that car, I was scared. I was scared in that car because each time someone overtake your car, you're scared. You don't even know if they are the so-called kidnappers or the thieves. Oh God. Honestly, I don't even know why people are not saying anything about it. Like if you are here in Lagos, you won't know how bad it is. That was exactly the same thing I did. I gave envelope for every invite I had. I didn't attend none. I didn't attend any single one of them because when you come to think of it, if you consider your security, if you consider your safety, you would rather just give the person money, even though attending makes more sense. I mean, you make the person's day more colorful, and people will just make the person's day basically. But to be honest, it's better to be safe than to go and marry. I had a lot of, at least I had like three events I wanted to attend this Christmas that I never attended. I had series of clothes I traveled with that I just came back with them because I never, it felt like house arrest. When people are just locked up in a house and not allowed to step out. That's exactly the way it felt traveling for Christmas. And I was wondering, how did we get here? It's not this bad in Lagos or in these western states. I know evil things happen here. I'm not disputing that, but it's not as bad as it is in the east, especially in villages. Because Onitsha seems to be safe. Why are you doing this? Onitsha seems to be safe and calm. But every other places, like you go to I didn't even go anywhere. I'm not even going to lie. But when you speak to some people, they'll tell you, oh, in my own village, they just kidnapped so person. They just shot this so person dead. And I'm like, why is it this bad? We know that our government is really not paying so much attention to us. That's why I'm so big on, get your voters card, try and vote wisely. We know that they would want to rig the election. We know that there might be a lot of, harmful things they might plot for people on that during the coming election. But we are certain that there's really nothing God cannot do. So let's work with doing our best and leaving the rest for God. So that's why I'm so big on let us all get our voters card, because stop because I mean, this is just alarming. This is so alarming. Honestly, if I was not in the East, I wouldn't have known that is this bad. I wouldn't have known. Like, how are we dealing with this insecurity in Nigeria? How are you people even coping? How are you coping in your respective homes, in your respective base? Like, how do you even go out? How do you guard yourself? How do you protect yourself? Do you know, a part of me, even though I wasn't in the East as much to know the negative impact of those soldiers or whatever that were on the road, that usually when you're passing they would have to ask you to stop. When they ask you to stop, they, I think if you're in a bus or a car, sure, they will ask you to come down, raise your hands up and pass, then you now board the bus again. I think I prefer that to the situation of things right now, because at least those times it's just you coming down of the vehicles and walking past the police checkpoint, then they would search the car or search whatever. I don't think things were as bad as it was then. Like, it's worse now. It's worse now. That's what I'm trying to say. It's way worse now, and I'm wondering why. Like, why do we have to go through all this? Why do we have to be so scared in our supposed country or our base or our home? Like me, usually before before this whole thing, when it's getting close to Christmas, I'm usually so excited. When you're looking forward to Christmas, even this Christmas I was very excited. Like, the way I kept saying, some days I'll just start jumping, I'll be like, I'm so excited, I can't wait to go back to the East. That kind of thing. Like, you're so excited to go home, you're so excited to go and experience home. Like, what I feel like going to the village, or those shark going to the bush and plucking fruits that you didn't pay for, and all of that. It just feels good. There's a different feeling that you get when you're home, irrespective of, you know, the environment, or what you have or whatever. Like, when you're home, you feel at peace, you feel safe, you feel secure. But sincerely, that is not the feeling of staying in the going to the East. Right? Like, right now, I can go to the East, of course, and stay in Onitsha, but going to the village now is going to be very difficult for me. For a person like me, going to the village would be something else. Let me just put it like that. Like, I would literally have to pray. Now I'm a Catholic, so I pray rosary. I literally have to pray my rosary from where I'm going from till I get to the house, and the gate is locked. Like, it's that bad. I don't know how we got here. But I know one thing for sure: Westerners, like the Western states, I don't know about the North, but at least I can say for Lagos here that I stay in. Of course, we know things happen here. I'm not disputing that. So many things happen here, robbery and all of that. But it's not as bad as what's going on in the East. My village is a place where you come back for Christmas and you're asking yourself, is there a carnival that is going on? Like, some people come back to Akokwa to celebrate their Christmas. Like, it's that fun. People come back to the village, my village, to have fun. There's certain events, so many events that you see. There are football matches, there is aqua day, there is orange drug day, there's so many events. So that's aside, all those house open, people don't even open their houses again. They build their houses now and quietly just parking. It's that bad. Like, no, usually when people build new houses, they just invite people to party with them and all of that. It's no longer done now. It's no longer, like, nobody, no single person. I never heard of one single housewarming or house opening or whatever. Never. Nada. It wasn't even done at all. It was just a case of ev- it was just a case of people just building their houses and parking in. And then traditional marriages, you see people planning big events, and at the end of the day, they just see very few people there. I don't blame the people that don't go. Even me too, I disappointed a couple of people. I think I had like three events I really wanted to attend this year, last Christmas, sorry, and I never attended. And honestly, I genuinely wanted. In fact, leaving Lagos, it was part of my plans that I was going to attend this event and all of that, but I never did attend because I heard that they even rob buses. So, like, if you enter public transport, they can rob you. You enter, you enter what's it called again? In a pep, they can rob you there. You're in your private car, that's even the worst. They snatch the cars, they kill people, they kidnap, just all sorts of negative things. I really wanted to make this video while I was in the east, but I was too scared. I was too scared before I say, oh, you guys are doing so many bad things, and then they will now double cross me and carry me. I said, let me go back to my base and talk about this because I think people are not speaking about it enough. People are not speaking about it enough. And honestly, I wish people in the East can really, you know, come online, especially YouTube, because a lot of people are here on YouTube and just talk about things that are happening in the East. And if possible, ways for people to guard themselves, to really guard themselves. Because personally, in my personal opinion, people should be careful in the East, especially villages. Onitsha, I don't know. I'm only conversant with Onitsha and of course my village. I don't know how insecure every other place is. I grew up in Onitsha, so it's easier for me to, know places in Onitsha. I was in Onitsha all through. In fact, we even drove at night and nothing. Of course, it doesn't still mean that bad things don't happen in Onitsha, but it's not as bad as the ones in villages. Like they were waiting for people to come back for them to steal from them. 28, 29, 30, 27, 26. They were snatching cars, killing people, kidnapping people, killing. What? Like I don't even know what to say. I'm already stammering. I'm already stammering because it's a lot. It's really a lot. I don't know how people are coping, but a lot is going on. A lot is going on. Like I don't I don't want to believe they are not Eastern. No, no, they are Easterners. I'm not even going to say I don't want to believe they are not because they are. In fact, there was one that happened in my village. A man was in his farm. I think he was cultivating or something. I don't know, but sure, he was working in his farm, and a group of no, two guys went to the farm where he was, killed him. But the things I hear, they're actually very heart piercing. It's not just that it's bad that you killed, okay? It's very deadly. It's in fact, it's a very abominable act to kill. But imagine someone killing and not just only killing, they actually butchered the person, like they sliced the person like they were cutting meat. Yes, yes. Slice the person like they were cutting meat. It's that bad. Like the pieces, the way you go to market and they cut meat. That was exactly the way they sliced the man, cut him into pieces, abandoned him there, and ran away. The good thing is that eventually they caught one of them. There were two guys, so they caught one of them and the other one ran away. Now the one that was caught is actually from my village. From my village, from the same kindred with the man that was killed. So in other words, these are not unknown gunmen. They are known. They are known. Like these are people from within. They are the ones doing all this harm. Ah, Nigeria. Now I understand why people are leaving Nigeria. Like I totally understand why people are relocating. Before when I see people relocate, when I hear someone relocate, I'm actually indifferent about it. Like, oh, okay, if that's what you will, well, fine. But now when I see people relocating out of Nigeria, I'm like, you made a good decision. Honestly, that's that's the stage I'm in right now. Like when I hear people relocating, I'm like, well done, you did a great job. 1 minute. I'm always like, well done, you did a good job. Like you should move. That's a very good decision to always like that's a very good decision to make. Okay, because Nigeria is insecure and nobody's talking about it. Like nobody's saying anything about it. 1 minute, I'm trying to share this live. Come out of there. Please just